So, hi Steve, всем привет, это магазин Педали, и сегодня мы на саундчеке у Стива Морса, всем известного гитариста Deep Purple. Hi Steve.
Hi.
So, let's talk about your gear. Firstly, say about your guitar. I know it's Ernie Ball and it's your signature guitar. What you can say?
This is serial number 1. It's serial number 2 I also own, and it's perfect shape. This one's been through it all. It's been
really
played
aged.
for over 30 years,
Oh, it's
every day.
old guitar.
And it's been played in the rain and in the snow.
In the snow?
Yes,
Maybe
on top of a mountain twice.
come in Moscow in the snow playing maybe at guitar. It will be, I think, a really show in Moscow in the rain. Yes, and you use angle amplifiers, yes, and it's a signature version of you, yes, of course.
Yes, I use the signature version called the Steve Morse model. For some reason, it fits me perfectly.
Yes, of course. And so we are pedal shop.
Different from the regular angles.
Okay, the first channel, it's a clean, a very
Can you
nice,
show?
neutral, clean set. It's great for... you get a sound like that, but you can also, I can put my classical guitar, electric classical guitar through it, and just turn down the gain a little bit, totally clean. It's almost like a beautiful Macintosh tube amp. It's just so perfect. And then the second channel is the
Second
distorted, the bread and butter distorted one, the one I use for accompanying in Deep Purple mode. Third channel has 4 different mid-range controls, and that allows me to get a sound on the solo that makes it pop out a little bit more without being too loud.
Yes,
So
I think really cool sound.
it's not the same sound I would use for a rhythm, but just a little bit more edge for.
Really cool sound, really warm and I think great, like a studio. Say about your pedals, what you use. I see flashback by TC and something pedals in the rack. Can you tell about this pedal and about your tone prints?
Okay, first of all, this is just
Okay.
a MIDI control that comes with the angle,
With the angle, yes.
and I have 5 presets. I just clean with no reverb, clean with reverb, and then part distortion, like easy distortion, and then more distortion, then that special solo with the edge. It makes the pick attack come out more, but you wouldn't want to use that for rhythm because
Okay.
I've got a big mid-range bump on it.
Okay.
So those are the ones I use all night. Over here, this is just a volume pedal,
Okay.
Ernie Ball volume pedal, and I have the sound of the guitar going from the preamp out or line out straight to the TC pedal, and the flashback with my tone print for delay.
Yes.
That's set to a long delay, and that's always set to all wet. Or there's a switch on the TC pedals on the back that's called dry kill,
Dry kill, yes.
a little dip switch, and so you flip that
yes,
to
yes.
dry kill. So there's no, when you set it to 100% delay, there's no dry sound.
Okay.
Then that comes through a cord.
In your
to the
one
pedal.
Okay.
From this pedal, it goes to the second amp. So the second amp is making no sound until I push down the pedal.
Okay.
And it adds to the sound. So we have the dry sound.
Okay.
Now we add the delay. And you can put as much as you want. So at the end of a phrase, when I hit a long note, So when I'm playing the short notes, there's no delay. And when
Yes.
they're playing the long notes, there is more.
And solos you play with the Ernie volume to flashback. Yes, of
Yeah.
course. It's very cool.
And it makes it possible to do. Of course, I do a lot with my volume control.
Oh, okay.
So. And I use a lot for melodies like this. And then it's off for the rhythm.
Yes, very cool sound.
And
And I see that you use Digitech Whammy, but today I see that you use Quintessence. Yes, of this is new pedal by TC. Yes.
Well, the main thing we use a pitch shifter for is just to make an octave below, or on a couple one of Richie's solos, he did a double tracked 3 frets up,
Okay.
and so I would do that like on Hard Love and Man.
Okay. Okay. It's
But for the most part, it's just an octave down for a few little parts. And again, that the low or high harmony only comes through the second amp, so it doesn't distort the first amp. It doesn't change the sound at all. It adds from a different source.
Okay, it's very interesting system.
Also, I have a short delay that's almost like a chorus. It's the same Steve Morse tone print on the TC pedal,
Yes, I know.
but it has. You just simply turn it down and have no feedback, and it gets a nice chorus sound. So here's without it, and here's with it.
Very interesting sound.
And I use this a lot for accompaniment. Add a little long delay to it. It gives us some nice air.
Yes.
So there's one more TC pedal I got to tell you about, and this is recently I made a backwards delay to play on one of our songs where I actually recorded the solo backwards. So it's a great sound. It's a I like that.
Very cool. And you use a Keeley compressor, yes?
Keeley compressor.
Yes,
It's a wonderful device. It has a bypass,
yes.
like the TC pedals. It has a total bypass,
It's true.
and I need that because the sound that I get is basically the guitar going into the amp, and if you have pedals in between, you need to be able to bypass.
Yes.
Same with the tuner. The tuner is a true bypass,
Yes.
and I also like the small ones. The small ones, the newest small version, I forget what they call it, the Polytune, whatever they call the
Mini.
small,
Polytune Mini.
is just as easy to use as the big one, and
Yes.
takes up less space.
Yes. Very cool. So can we show, точнее, see, sorry, see the pedals in
Yes.
the rack? So there is pedals with your tone prints, yes?
Yes. Here's the long delay and the short delay. This is the only two things you change: the length of the delay and the feedback. This is the short one, right? Yeah. Let's
Yes.
turn that down. Okay, redo that. This is the long delay, and this is the short delay. Same tone print, and that's the bread and butter sound that I use all night long with any band that I play with, any show. And there's the Hall of Fame reverb. They let me do a preset for that,
Yes.
which has some nice modulation, and it's a very complex reverb sound. But I just love it. So I use that on the clean for a few things. in a club especially, you really hear the
Really?
difference.
Yes.
A place like here, it's
this is
very
big,
echoey,
big,
so
big.
you don't
yes.
use it so much. And there's a TC.
Quintessence.
Yeah, this is what we're using for the octave down.
Yeah, we're
Yes.
still working on that one.
Oh, we are.
Yeah, there's no tone print for it yet.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
still navigating the smart harmony part of it. It's smart. It's moving around when I don't want it to yet. So
Oh.
I'm still working.
We got to turn off the smart harmony.
No
Okay.
problem. It's very good. Sound is great. So, do you use another pedals, another brands? Some like maybe MXR, maybe electric harmonics? No? Maybe in the studio.
Not usually. On the Dregs tour, I used a Zen drive that this guy made at our practice place, but it was just for an experiment. My
Okay.
basic sound is right here.
Yes, yes.
Lately, I've been using the Keeley compressor more for the clean
Mhm.
stuff, and it's a very handy pedal.
Yes. What's your first pedal, guitar pedal? First.
First one was a cheesy distortion device that you plug in, and maybe it was Vox or something.
Okay.
And I had a Stratocaster. I couldn't plug it in, so that was my first time I ever modified a guitar. Was to take my beautiful Stratocaster,
And you just put in a
put a
phone?
flat plate on it,
Yes.
so I could plug the.
It's very interesting.
Do you still have that Stratocaster?
No, I got rid of it. I had the neck on my Telecaster. I kept the neck.
So just maybe a last question. Do you interested by new guitar pedals, by new guitar sounds? Maybe can you tell? Will you made a new tone prints?
TC is just coming out with a new version of an old delay, the 2290.
Yes.
And it's a beautiful little box you can put hands on with a USB into your
Okay.
computer.
Yes. And
And it also shows up more parameters of another box of it on the computer screen when you're using it. It's a beautiful sounding delay, and I just got one for my studio, and I did some presets for that.
yes, so we'll come in some. Maybe when they will start to use tone prints. When can we use pedals? When?
Oh, the 2290. I don't know when it ships. They may be shipping now, but yeah, the presets are already in it, and the
Okay.
tone prints are all online. You can
Yes.
you can spend your life going through as many different guitarists that put him in.
You just use with your phone tone prints or by computer.
I actually did it by computer, but Tommy showed me the
That
phone
means-
thing. It worked so well that we started using the phone.
It's
You
very
put the
quickly.
phone,
Yes.
turn up the
just-
guitar, and
yes.
plug it in.
And
You
just
wouldn't
play.
think it would work so well.
What you use cable?
What do I use for cable?
Well, I still use the old Ernie Ball mic cables, and I put the old Ernie Ball ends on them. Put the switch on it.
Okay,
Okay.
this is what we use.
Very
Switch-
noisy.
This is a
really good
Switchcraft
mid-range.
Switchcraft.
Switchcraft grounding plug. There's a little switch here. When you plug it in, it is normally grounded,
Mm-hmm.
the tip to ground, and when you press that in, then it's open. So it's like a regular guitar cord. As soon as you unplug it, that switch grounds this so you don't hear the big.
Okay.
So you got two amps here working all the time, and the third one is for spare.
It's two. It's two. We have dry, wet. Wet is only occasional. So the dry is going all the time. Now we can cut off these top speakers and use these. So these are always working. These 6 are always working. These 6 are always working. And then we have a switch for these. So if it sounds like too loud, but I don't want to change the volume because it'll mess up the sound man and give him a surprise. So Tommy will turn off these. If it's in Ian's ears too, if he feels like it's loud or I feel like it's loud, we'll just turn these down. And I keep the master volume about 3 out of 4, 3.5. And these you only hear when I push the delay pedal.
Okay.
So, for example, here we are playing along.
very interesting system. Thank you very much, Steve Morse.
Oh, thank you.
It was very interested by you. Всем спасибо, это был Steve Morse.
А сейчас происходит очень интересная вещь. Сотрудник Педалзу помогает технику настроить педальку Quintessence от TC Electronic, потому что ребята не очень смогли разобраться.
Yeah, I don't want it to switch. See, is there a scale that's just chromatic?